Morning. Waiting for us all to go live. All right, friends. We have a powerful class today. As I was preparing these notes, I was like, this is powerful material. If you're here live, please, as usual, say hello. Let us know where you're tuning in from. I love to know who's here. So good. All right, let me get my notes brought up here. So in my post yesterday, some of you saw it, a lot of you said, I need the replay. I get it. We are getting into one of the most, good morning. I don't know how to say your name. Is it Raina? You can tell me. Look, British Columbia. Awesome, awesome. Love our Canadian friends. Just rain. It's just rain. Wow. That's so fun. Okay, so in my post yesterday, a lot of you saw, and I realize it's a busy time of the year, and I thought, you know what, this is a pivotal time though, because as we move into the fall, this is typically in the United States anyway, the holiday season. It's a downhill slope until the first of the year. And this is a time when we can choose to be distracted. We can choose to just go along with the flow. And a lot of times, this is why the United States had one of the highest marketing efforts towards New Year's resolutions, because the human mind and body can only take 3 or 4 months of something before it starts to become so apathetic that it says, I'm sick of this. I'm actually, we thought it was our comfort zone to like go to parties and eat comfort food and all those things. It quickly, after 2, 3, 4 months, becomes the uncomfortable zone. Like, we're thinking this is all comforting things, but it's not. It becomes very uncomfortable by the end of December. We're looking at ourselves in all of our pictures, and if we've been bloated, I'm looking at this from a health standpoint, because it's something, when I did health coaching for 8 years, it was something I saw. It was a pattern. And now that I'm doing mindset and belief coaching, I go, oh, there's still something here. There's still something. It's what I know. How you do anything is how you do everything. So if we get apathetic during this time, it makes full sense that come January, we're like, okay, this has to end. Like, I'm ready. Has anyone felt that? I coined this phrase, was it last time I did a class, like the funnel effect of the society in August. It's like we get past July and we start seeing all the back to school stuff, and we just go, we're buying all the stuff, we're going to back to school night, we're revving up, we're buying our fall decorations, and then we're just like in this funnel until the end of the year. And we feel it physically, we feel it spiritually. And so people are like, I need the replay. I'm like, I get it, guys. Like, we are literally in this. And what I would love to encourage you is to just sit with that and say, what we're going to talk about in this class, agency, right? Can I make a different choice here? Do I have to choose to be part of all of this? Doesn't mean I'm judging that it's bad. It's just, it is something people get to January and go, how did I get sucked into this? How did this happen again? It's a choice. It's a choice. And you can just say, I'm going to see this differently. Go decorate for fall. Just see it differently. Be more present with all the goals that you have, the things we're going to talk about in this class, okay? As I prepared for this class, I looked at some older notes, and from a class that I did, look it up. It's called Going from Victim to Victor. I also did a class that said moving from seeking validation to learning to back yourself. Like, I can make decisions. I'm full on here. Like, I have belief in myself. I can back myself. I support myself, right? And I was like, I had other classes that mentioned self-belief. And I was like, you know what? The common denominator for all of these things, when I was like, well, what was the point? What was the encouragement that I gave the class? And it was that when you claim your own decisions, people around you respond differently. When you accept the idea that you can choose whatever you want, self-belief actually becomes default. If you really believe you're here to have the experience you want to have, that the will of God is within you, right? That you're working together. He wants your highest joy. And that is up to you. Agency is negated to say that God has some plan for my life and I have to figure out what it is. The only thing you have to figure out is if you believe God exists, if you believe in the plan that Jesus Christ explained in his gospels. If you believe that, you've already chosen his will. You've chosen to be a person of kindness. You've chosen to be a person that abides by the 10 commandments. If you've chosen the path, that's what you're here to do. Like, I either choose Satan's path or I choose God's path. Like, this is all it is. God created an incredible world. You get to choose. And here's what's interesting is you choose to yell. You choose to spank. You choose to numb out of life. You choose overwhelm. I've done a class on that. You choose fear. You choose worry. You choose financial struggle. You choose your experiences in your marriage. This is a lot of people, that is a really hard thing to hear. It's hard to hear that, to go, I didn't choose this. I would never choose this. Yet you show people how to treat you by the way you treat yourself. If you don't stand up for yourself, right? I did those classes about not being a victim and being able to back yourself. When you stand up for yourself and say, no, this is how I'm going to be treated. This is how I treat myself, not in a narcissistic way, in a way that respects yourself as a daughter of a divine creator here for joy. This is my experience, right? Because you have to realize that God created everything here. Everything is of an energy. That's been proven by science, right? Our human bodies, our clothes, the wall, the desk, the computer, the chair, it's all the same matter. It's atoms that have been bonded, that are vibrating at a different, everything has a different frequency. Our bodies are the same. Okay, the thing that's different about a human is we have a soul, an intelligence inside of us that has existed for a while, right? And when we lean into spiritual work, you're a Christian on this call, you believe in spiritual work, you believe in the soul. And that tells me, okay, I can talk about this kind of stuff. Like the soul and being able to imagine, being able to have faith, it tells me you believe in a spiritual world. You believe in spiritual entity, which is of a different vibration than just the earth, than my water bottle, than these, this piece of paper. And so you have to go, everything that's matter then, everything that's on the earth that's physical, it is neutral. You've seen, if anyone's witnessed someone passing away and you believe in the spiritual, you can see it. When their spirit no longer resides, the body is like seeing someone at like a funeral or a viewing. And I recently went to the funeral of my grandfather. Every time I go to a viewing, it's like, they're not there. Like they look so strange to me. And I imagine others, if anyone else is on this call going, yes, I've had that experience, I would love you to maybe, give some social proof here that I'm not the only one that has seen this experience. I've only ever seen one person die in my life. And to this day, it's not one experience I love to recount. And it was the same though. You could just feel that body did not have the soul within. The body becomes neutral. It's just a part of the earth. It's just part of this matter. right? Melissa says, yes, I've experienced that. Heather says, yes. Thanks, guys. And so everything is neutral. Everything here is neutral. This wall isn't good or bad. My body isn't good or bad. My phone isn't good or bad. What's interesting is how many of us give so much energy and moral judgment to things. This stupid water bottle, that stupid car. We give so much like moral energy, like that's bad or this is good, to things that are just here. Like they're neutral. This is your number one tip of the 4 I'm going to give today, is really leaning into that idea. Everything is neutral until I give it meaning. Everything's neutral. You have the power to give everything meaning. I'll give you a little tip here on money. When I see money, all money is the same vibration. A penny is of a same, like the currency value that a penny or a dime or a dollar or whatever currency your country uses, right? The way that humans exchange energy is the same vibration. It's the same. A dime, a quarter has the same vibration as a $100 bill. It's all the same. It's us that says, oh, this one's worth more. This one I'm more excited about. But what I've learned with money is, since it's all the same vibration and I just would love to live in that vibration more, I treat a nickel or a dime or a penny with the exact same excitement, sacredness, happiness as the $100 bill or a stack of 100. Like, it all is the same. I've learned to be grateful for any of that frequency that shows up in my life, whether it's a dime in the grocery store parking lot or a payment from, a client that's a couple $1,000s or whatever. The vibration's the same. And when I start going, it's only the meaning I'm giving to this, but frequency of exchange is the same vibration, I'm grateful for it all. And I show that gratitude and intend to have whatever it is come to me. Okay, so everything's neutral until you give it meaning. And understanding the different frequencies of the things we do in this life can help you decide what you want to give energy to. Like, you start to see your kid going over their screen time, and instead of getting all freaked out and, oh my gosh, my kid is doing this thing again, we have this emotional experience. We chose it. In that split second moment, we chose to judge that experience and say, this is not good. My son's not doing something good. I will correct him in this moment. Like, we chose it. You chose it. You literally chose to have this blow up moment with your child. Whereas if you went down and saw, there's a little boy playing a video game. Nothing has to be done about it. Now, I'm sure you have rules, right? And having boundaries and all those things is important, you guys. But this is where you say, how can you be a calm parent? We can have all sorts of great coping tools and stuff. But when you can say, this is neutral. When the waiter at the restaurant brings your order and it's not right, you go, oh, there's my burger. It's a piece of meat with cheese on it, on a plate. Interesting that there's pickles there when I asked for no pickles. And you just look at the waiter and you say, hey, I actually didn't want pickles. Like, do you see how it's so different? It's different to accept neutrality. And then the waiter goes, oh my gosh, sure. And they go replace it. But when you go, oh my gosh, can't you get anything right? Like, there's this whole energetic exchange of vibration. And I'm going to show you a vibration frequency list. I think it's going to blow your mind if you've never seen it before, or if you have this understanding of how we claim our agency to have whatever experience we want, is going to connect for you today. It's going to be really powerful. So hang with me here. Thanks for putting your comments in, you guys. This is good. So everything's neutral until you give it meaning. This is the description or the mechanism by which agency works. God said, created all this stuff. You get to choose. You get to choose what your experience is. You get to choose. You have agency to choose your experience here. Will you choose to read a book? Will you choose to get a coach? Will you choose to go to bed on time? Will you choose to get up to be able to do your exercise in the morning? Will you choose these certain things? Okay. Once you claim that, once you claim it, this again, it's a choice to even claim it. Once you claim your agency, that is one of the biggest things that we get to celebrate. When a child's learning to read, when they accept and claim their agency, that they can choose to move forward on learning their consonants and their sight words, right? When a child claims their agency, there is when they will learn to read. Once you claim your agency in an area, you have all the power. This is really a powerful, like I said, it's a powerful class. So then once you've claimed your agency and you said, I accept this, I accept that I'm here to choose the experience that I'm going to have, then you get to do the thought work, because we are a human mechanism. We are just energy of the earth, right? We're dust. You go, how do I get this dust then to have an incredible experience? That's thought work. Things come into the human brain. God's designed it to say, okay, the brain, we're going to have all these thoughts. Thoughts run on a frequency. They just come and go. We can choose the thought I'm going to dwell on. I can then choose the idea I'm going to form about that. And I choose the emotion and the feeling which I'm going to have, which then vibrates out the results in my life. Okay. So accept the neutrality. Once you claim it, you have the power, then you do thought work to begin creating exactly what you want your life experience to be. You've got to find that clarity. That's step 2, tip 2, whatever. Okay. So tip 2, do you know what experience you want to have? Now, if you go study the scriptures, Jesus expressed a lot of parables. He expressed a lot of stuff that was like, dude, you can have endless money. You become a steward of money. He's told us that in the parable of the talents, the parable of the sower. He says, you can have endless joy. What? He says, my yoke is easy and my burden is light. You can have peace all the time. What? Like, these are things clearly in the scriptures. Like, this isn't an idea. Jesus taught it. You're a Christian. Like, you are following. You're a disciple of Jesus Christ. You can learn this. Do you know what you want? Do you have clarity that you can have? You want to have a family? You want to have a marriage? You want to build a business, have an impact? You're going to be a leader? You're going to crochet cute things for people's enjoyment? You're going to be a healer, spiritual healer, a physical healer, a doctor, a nurse? What? It's your choice. It is your choice. Now, Jesus also said, I'm going to send you a comforter. I'm going to give you the Holy Spirit. And through the Holy Spirit, if we choose to commune with that and have it with us all the time, we get the opportunity to have a second witness with us all the time. Well, if I choose this and I do this, how does that feel? How's this going on my opportunity to create as much joy and abundance in my life as possible? And the Spirit, like, you're on, you got this. You got this. You got this. It's that endless, beautiful promise that he's with us all the time if we choose it. If we choose it, you got to lean into this. You got to say, if I believe this, if I believe that the Spirit can be with me all the time, I can be in spirit all the time. That's your choice. You have to believe and lean in that Jesus Christ and God are here to support you. That's not something that just happens by magic. Yes, they're there, but they have given you agency to say, this is your experience. You get to choose if you're going to invite Jesus Christ into your life. You get to choose if you're going to live in spirit. Okay. So number 2 was, do you know what you want? You have clarity. Like, And do you have the faith to get really honest? To get honest with yourself and say it. Say, I claim $100,000 this year. Say, I claim a happy marriage with sexual fulfillment and happiness and understanding. Can you claim that you're going to be a calm parent, that you're going to see things with neutrality, that you are going to start from now on to be present and do your best with that, right? Because we are human, we're going to make mistakes. That's why Jesus said, hey, my grace is sufficient for you. Don't stress, each day is going to be all right. Whatever you feel like you're not owning up to or whatever, I got you. My grace is sufficient. Okay? Are you brave enough? You have the faith, is what that is, to get honest and say, this is what I really want. This is what I really would love my experience to be. What, you want vacations? You want to be able to get your daughter that amazing chair. Maybe she has a human condition that doesn't allow her to walk, and you've been trying to get, a really cool electronic chair for her. Are you going to claim that and say it? This is on its way to me. I know that it's there. That kind of energy all of a sudden opens you up to seeing that little side click on the side of your email that's like, get a grant for chairs for kids that can't walk. Like, I'm not kidding on this, you guys. Your faith matters, but you got to have that clarity. So here's a tip number 3. This is truly a tip, because I believe that I've seen some humans that I just feel like this may or may not affect everybody, but it has affected me highly in my journey. So tip number 3 is to ask yourself, am I in the right room? Am I in the right circles? Do people I'm talking to and spending time with, the moms I'm going to the play group, these friends that I have game nights with, the ladies I'm meeting up at the coffee shop, or these ladies that I'm talking with on the weekends, we're going out to eat, my husband, my sister, who am I talking to all the time? Are these people talking about $100,000 next, in a month? Are these people talking about truly being able to claim the experience they have, or are they dumping? Are they a victim to the world? Think about the circles that you're in. There's a lot of books written about this, right? That you become like the 5 people you spend the most time with is one of the, rules of thumb, if you will. But proximity matters. Jesus talked a lot in the scriptures about, as faithful saints, to gather often, rub shoulders with people of faith, talk about faith, like talk about Jesus, talk about these things regularly with people. That helps you to believe in it, right? Humans need so much repetition. We know this from years and years of science. Our brains and this body needs repetition to see certain results. And it's not different in our spiritual. If you want to be strong spiritually, you spend time doing spiritual things. So, and are you in the right room? Proximity does matter. We all have energy, right? We're all energy. How we vibrate matches up to the vibration of things that we want to see and experience. So I wanted to bring up this frequency chart. I've tried to share my screen on here before and it got weird. So I'm really hopeful that when I share it again, it's going to be fine. What happens is it messes up my screen and I can't get back. So we're going to all have faith that this is you guys see my whole screen, or do you see this? I guess no one's on. See, that's the hard thing. No one's on live on the Zoom with me to say whether it is or not. So if you guys can see this image, I'm going to go on my phone and go on Facebook and see if anyone says yes, I can see it. Looks like it's there. And I see we have a bunch of people on live. Guys, say hello. Okay, so I can see that you can see this. I hope it's all working how I think it is. Okay, so this is a really, you can see, if you Google this, you'll see other versions, but the lowest frequencies, which for our human body, when we feel really contracted, we feel tired, we feel small. You see how you feel like this. You can even see it in your posture. People that are very hunched over, they're like this all the time. It's really unfortunate that our phones lend to that, because when we're in a contracted state, the literal energy of our body, our nervous system, our lymph system starts getting cut off at certain points. You go like this, you're starting to cut off the lymph here. You wear an underwire bra, you're cutting off the lymph here. Has effects long-term. If we sit in a desk all day long, we're cutting off the flow at our pelvis. That can create a lot of issues, like a lot. If you're always like this, you're cutting off certain lymph nodes here and nervousness here. So realize that. That's why exercise and yoga and those things really affect a person, because it opens up energy centers in your body. So just see that in the lower here, this contracted state is when we feel shame. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. We're shaming ourselves. Oh, my kids shouldn't have done that. We shame others. Guilt. Oh, so bad. Apathy. Well, there's too much, so I'm just not going to do anything. Grief. Oh, I can't believe that. I just can't believe it, right? None of this is bad. This isn't bad and good. Please don't judge this morally. It just is. It's neutral, but you got to know about it, right? We move up when we start to have desperate desire. We start to get angry. We start to take, I have pride about this thing. So, that's a more aggression. And we start to expand and go, you know what? Neutrality. You know what? I'm willing to accept this new idea. Acceptance. You know what? I can see reason here. I can be a civil human being. Let's just, reason. You know what? Then love starts creeping in. We can start loving people when we've gone to a place of expansion. We start feeling joy. Peace becomes constant to enlightenment, where your brain goes, I think I learned something. Your soul remembers something from before its mortal experience, right? We're being renewed and replenished when we get to that place of enlightenment. You've probably felt that. You've probably felt that at church or in a sacred place of yours, in sacred moments when you first hold a newborn baby. There's this moment of like, whoa, how can I deny that there's a greater power? Like, oh my goodness. So just knowing these frequencies can help us to be like, okay, am I contracted? Am I feeling a lot of guilt all the time? I would love to move through these frequencies more often. I want to live in this place. Because the results of living in fear all the time, or living in apathy or guilt and shame, is low vibe stuff. And I'll tell you that money, humans exchanging with each other energetically, money is up in here. I think it's like 480. The frequency of money is like 480 or 520. Like it's right up in here. Okay. So people that are seeing currency flow more in their life, it's not that they have all their crap together. It isn't. I've met many a millionaire that is like, well, I'm not sure how that's going to go, but they don't know. They haven't judged it. It's neutral for them. They love the experience of just letting things flow. And so money flows for them. I've experienced this in the last 3 years of shifting what I allow to flow. So coming back to our notes, me back to my, I think I can find my notes. Find myself on the screen. Here we go. Awesome. You guys are great. I just barely got back. So now I can see your chat and yeah. Anyway, okay. So that's why I added that third tip. I almost left it out, but then I was like, no, proximity matters, because if you're sitting in a room with people that are not expansive. I had a client that I think I said this on the last class, but she's like, my husband thinks that if anyone makes more than $20,000 a month, it must be a scam. And I was like, is he in rooms of people that are making 50 and 60, $100,000 a month in their business? And she's like, no, I don't think so. Like, it's really, really good to understand that proximity matters, that who you surround yourself with reinforces what you are trying to do. If people are constantly saying the world is going down and da 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 da, we saw the effects of that in COVID. It's trying to come back again. Can it be neutral, guys? Can it be neutral? Can we start getting really careful about who we're spending time with? Like, really, doesn't mean we have to cut a bunch of people out of our lives. This isn't what I'm encouraging you to do. I'm saying become aware. Become aware. And then you go, if fear, scarcity, and lack are low vibe, you literally can't see stuff that's in the high vibration. You won't see money opportunities. You won't see expansive opportunities. Like, you won't see it when you're in that low contracted state. It's impossible, right? You can employ faith that higher frequencies exist and set an intention to work toward it. So who do you know that has these higher frequencies? Where do they hang out? What are they reading? What podcasts are they listening to? In my experience, the high vibe people share freely, by the way. They live in the abundance. There's no scarcity. If you say, hey, Robin, what book are you reading right now? I will tell you. Hey, Robin, what's your structure for your business? I will tell you. There is no hidden secret. I live in the abundance that there is plenty for everyone. Like, literally. There's plenty for everyone. Reach out and ask these people, what are you doing? Who's the mentor you have? Where are you going this summer? Like, start seeing, like, these people must have a circle. The first time I stepped into a room of women that were moms, that lived in spirit, that were making 150,000 months, I was like, this is the right room. I've made it. Like, these are the people I want to be talking about, because I knew that for my mission to change moms, I was going to have resources to hold retreats, to be able to have the software to do what I do, right? To be able to hire, support team and be able to offer commissions to a team of coaches. Like, this stuff's starting to form for me, but how can I do that without understanding how to get those higher frequencies, right? Guys, this stuff is so awesome. I don't know if I'm going totally over your head, but when we talk about claiming our agency, people say, I can't get out of my own way. I don't have self-belief. Guys, self-belief is the default when you have claimed your power. So if you're struggling in this area of self-belief, you have not fully claimed your agency. If you don't think you can have whatever and succeed with certainty, you haven't claimed that you can choose your experience. You choose your success. Okay. So this is my last tip. Tip number 4 is plant the seed that if you have faith that you can create whatever you want, fear even starts to take the back seat. Our human needs fear. This is the world we live in. We want to know if there's a fire, if there's, you know what I mean? We have that as a messenger for us. But we don't want fear to drive. But what the thing is that when you give away your power, anytime you dismiss that power to choose, the power, you've given it away to your husband, maybe your church bishop, your mom, the school system. Self-belief then becomes an illusion to you. You become a player in someone else's game. Reactivity takes over. Apathy becomes normal. and fear takes the seat by default, because fear is within us to keep our human alive. It's letting your human take over is what's really happening. When we let the human of us take over and live in fear and reactivity, we will continue to have low vibration experiences, because it's the spirit part of us that reaches those higher vibrations. And I want to tell you that Jesus taught, if you guys want to study 1 Corinthians, this is where he teaches about that our body, the man, the flesh is not of the spirit. He says in 1 Corinthians 2, verse 11, for what man knoweth the things of a man, save the spirit of the man that's in him? It's our spirit that creates our intellect. Because once our spirit leaves the body is neutral. Now we've received let me finish verse 11. Even so, the things of God knoweth no man, but the Spirit of God. So the things that are of those higher spiritual frequencies won't make sense to this. It's our spirit that will recognize it. Now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the Spirit which is of God, that we might know the things that are freely given to us of God. He freely gave it. We don't have to prove ourselves. We don't have to show up in some line and get a portion. It's all here. That's when I say you have to believe that things are done. If you're in the program, if you're in the Elevated Mother Experience program, you can say, it's already done. The $100,000 exists. My joy exists. My perfect marriage exists. Like, it's all freely given. I have to just choose it. I got to choose the room. I got to choose the clarity. I got to choose what I'm doing here and have grace for when things don't feel like they're going in the right direction. I have faith that it's all for your good. And there's a scripture about that too, that everything works together for our good. And verse 13 says, which things also we speak, not in the words which man's wisdom teacheth, but which the Holy Ghost will teach, comparing spiritual things with spiritual things. The natural man does not receive things of the Spirit of God, for they're foolishness to him, nor can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned. You guys, your spirituality is what allows you to see spiritual things. Our imagination is a spiritual mechanism that we can have faith in things unseen. We can see a vision of a possibility for ourselves that we can't see spiritually or physically right away. Why did God give us that ability? Guys, this is the thing. We can discern those things spiritually and call them in. In 1 John 2:16, he says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. For if any man loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. And in other translations, they use the word power. The power isn't there. If you align with what's going on physically, you lose that power. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, the pride of life, is not of the Father. It's of the world. And you go, what? Like, this is stuff that was taught 2,000 years ago. They're just writing books about this. This idea of love, this idea that there's a spiritual existence, right? It's so interesting. It's so interesting. So this is what I want to leave with you guys. These 4 tips. So realize everything's neutral. Everything's already here. 2, do you have the clarity? Can you lean into faith and just get clarity on what you want and own it? Start claiming that. Number 3, get honest with, am I in the right room? Do I have the right coach? Am I reading the books? Am I doing the things to develop this spirituality, this level of faith to claim that I can do this? What frequency am I at, right? And then 4, allow that seed to start growing within yourself, that the faith, you can create whatever you want. Self-belief becomes the default. You go, oh, of course I can do that. I don't even have to wonder at my belief in myself, because it's like, It's all here for me. I just have to pick it up and choose it. Okay. So just know that if your life has been hard, I would love for you to ask yourself, why am I making this hard? This isn't what Jesus taught. So there is another way to live. There is another way if you want to consider doing things differently, living more from faith, claiming that agency, living more from the spiritual. Then I encourage you to maybe reach out and chat with me about the Elevated Mother Experience, where we elevate how you're moving through your life. You'll see these exact steps in the program. We learn where your belief system's at. We get the clarity. We break it down. We give you the accountability to start seeing things differently over time. It's a beautiful process. If you're thinking it's time for you, then in this chat, you can say it's time. And me, a member of my team, will reach out and we'll say, hey, do you want to get a chat? Let's see what's going on for you. We don't pitch anything on the call. And because this program is an investment, this is the exchange. There's a price of entry. Anytime you're going to shift your life, there will be a price of entry. And it's the law of compensation. If you say it's time, then guess what? One of the top things that all my clients that have given me a testimonial video, they say the community was integral. The community was an integral part of my success because guess what? You get in the room. You get in a room full of women that are doing this too. It's like you just invited yourself to the books, to the podcasts, to the room where you are going to be in proximity of a higher frequency. It's beautiful. I have no friends. I don't know where to start, but I do want them. Okay, you have friends in this group. Like, I would love for you, Rain, to sit and go, where can I find these people? Where can I spend some time? Do you need to, explore some churches, find a home church, find a place where you love to rub shoulders with people of Christ? Like, that's a choice you get to make, right? A choice that says, I am now going to do this. What a great way to claim your agency first, Rain, is to say, I'm going to claim my agency here. I am going to go find these people. I'm going to go take action. I'm going to live in that higher frequency that this exists in faith, right? I love that question. That was beautiful. So have an awesome weekend. You guys are incredible. Heather says, best room ever. She's in our program. It's true. It's true. It's one of my favorite places to hang out every week is when I see that I get to go coaching or hang out in this group. So have an awesome day, you guys. Love you all.